There's more to localization than simply translating content and hoping that it'll resonate with your potential customers. In fact, when done incorrectly, you're 40% less likely to make a sale. Not to mention all the time and resources that were wasted in the process. I'm Manuela with Plytics, and our goal is to help small and medium-sized businesses sell better so you can compete with e-commerce giants. So let's start with the basics. What is localization? Localization refers to taking a resource and adapting it to meet the native language and the cultural norms of a specific location. And we're not just talking about translating content from one language to another. Localization includes adapting language, branding, pricing, sizing, different product offerings, customer support, SEO and marketing content, product descriptions, images, the list goes on. When considering all of this, there might be a few hiccups along the way. So let's get into some of the most common challenges to expect when launching a multi-store and how to overcome them. Number 1, communication and branding can clash with cultural norms. To connect with and sell to your target audience, you need to consider how you communicate. The type of language and branding that works for one location may not necessarily work for another location. A classic example of this is when Pepsi launched in China. Their campaign was, "Come alive, you're in the Pepsi generation." And while this seems like a pretty solid campaign, and it did extremely well in the United States, it didn't go exactly as planned in China. You see, the direct translation of the slogan came out to mean, "Pepsi, it brings your ancestors back from the grave." As you can imagine, this is not at all what Pepsi had in mind when they launched the campaign. But it's a great example of how something that seems as simple as translating a few words can go extremely wrong. To avoid this from happening to your business, take the time to understand the cultural norms of your target audience. If possible, consult someone who has a deep understanding of that culture so they can advise you on how the messaging resonates before you launch into that market. And be wary of direct translations. Number 2, time to market can be slower. I get it. Time to market is crucial. The faster you get your products to market, the more competitive you can be within your industry. But when you're launching into the global market, this doesn't happen overnight. In fact, according to a study done by Smartling, close to 40% of the brands interviewed perceived slow time to market as the top challenge when it came to localization. But as we know, entering a new market requires planning and resources. You need to translate essential product content such as descriptions, taxonomy and relationships, technical specifications, sales information, and SEO marketing content, just to name a few. And in addition to that, you need to do it in a way that makes contextual sense and resonates with your audience. Don't try to rush it, because if you do so, you might end up losing sales. And remember that not everything needs to be done all at once. Take it in steps. First, localize the product content that your target audience needs to understand your product. For example, your product name, descriptions, and specifications. Also translate the content that you need to make the sale. For example, your website and the checkout area. Supporting resources like blog articles can come at a later stage after you've launched. Number 3, you may need to make changes to your designs. As I mentioned before, localization isn't limited to just translations. It may also affect your design, both your websites and your products. For example, some elements of your website might be designed for English, where phrases are short and sweet, like "add to cart." But when localizing for, say, the German market, those short 11-character words turn into the 20 characters that it takes to say "in den Einkaufswagen." This may not seem like a big deal, but imagine a button trying to fit all of those letters. You might need some adjustments. Product designs may also need tweaking. For example, when Procter & Gamble's Pampers packaging showing an image of a stork delivering diapers never caught on in Japan. Parents were concerned and confused by the image of a stork because it's just not part of Japanese folklore. Instead, they have giant floating peaches that bring the babies. These are things you need to consider when launching multiple stores targeted at different cultures. Again, to prevent this from happening to your products and to make sure that you succeed in your multi-store endeavor, it's beneficial to hire a consultant who's in tune with your target market. It's also beneficial to test everything before launching so that you don't end up investing too much time and effort on something that just might not work. Now you may be thinking, if it's this much trouble, why on earth should I consider localizing content when launching multiple stores? Well, multi-store businesses with localized content have seen a 71% increase in sales for the targeted market, a 51% increase in lead generation, a 45% increase in customer engagement with the content, a 34% increase in customer satisfaction, and I can go on. So you see, the benefits can really far outweigh the effort that it takes. Not to mention that there are tools that can make things easier. Hint, hint, a PIM, or a product information management tool like Plytics, is one of them, with things like side-by-side translation editing and easy syndication to all of your channels. In my next video, I'll show you exactly how PIM can help with localization challenges and managing all your sales channels. So make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out. If you're interested in launching multiple stores and localizing your content, or if you've already done so, I'd love to hear what have been your challenges so far, so comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It's like my mouth is numb and doesn't want to move to enunciate the words. I think we need to start doing exercises. Yeah.